Women Impacting the Nation for Such a Time as This conference coming in Orlando, Florida. Hi, I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, and joining me on the line is Sue Trombino, the founder of Women Impacting the Nation. Sue, this is a conference coming up September 28 and 29, and the theme of this conference is For Such a Time as This. But before we talk about this exciting event, and by the way, you can go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org. You can click on the WIN logo in the top left corner of the website and go right to the ticket registration. I would encourage you to do that and send that to your friends today as well. But we have Sue Trombino, the founder of Women Impacting the Nation. And this is a ministry of Liberty Counsel and Liberty Counsel Action. So, Sue, I want you to kind of share a little bit about what WIN is about and what does WIN do?
Well, thank you for having me on, Matt. I appreciate that, and we're very excited about what WIN is accomplishing today. And what we do is we educate and equip women with knowledge of God's truth about issues that impact our faith, our family, and our freedom. And then we show support for those Judeo-Christian values upon which our nation was founded to those running. But we're made up of busy women in every stage of life who care deeply about our nation. We're Americans who love this country and who believe strongly in the principles upon which it was founded. And we're just very concerned about where our nation is headed and the legacy that we will leave for our children, our future generations. And so what we do is we have a couple different what's called WIN Talks. And WIN Talks are basically like book clubs. And we get together when we read the different books that we have on our website, which is womenimpactingthenation.org. We meet twice a month, and they read the books. We start everything with a prayer, a pledge, and a praise, and then the women get educated. And I think the problem is today we have become a nation of non-thinkers, and Karl Marx said a nation of non-thinkers is easily led. So we need to get educated in order for us to go and teach people to come from facts versus emotion and conjecture.
Now, your WIN Talks actually consist of, that's one of the things that you do, is basically bring women together, and you'll take different books that you will read and just go through them and look at the issues, for example, of the founding of America and underlying principles that founded America. These particular WIN Talks, they're non-political. They're just educational in nature. That's one of the things that you do, where you have the women meet together in your homes. Tell us how that actually operates.
Well, we get together, like I said, twice a month, and they're only for an hour and 20 minutes. And the women start with a prayer, a pledge, and a hymn. And they start, actually, the first book they start with is Take Back America, that was written by you. And the women actually read the book, and we give them questions so that they can we just give them questions where they can discuss the book and find out what their, what they believe and why they believe it. We really do ask three questions: is why are you here, and what is important to you, and then why do you believe the way you believe? And it's amazing. I will put my gals up against anybody because they're learning how to articulate what they believe. A lot of them have said, nobody's ever asked me what I believe. And so now we're teaching them to come from facts, again, versus emotion and conjecture. Not just about how we feel, but what does God say about this? But we are non-political. We don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. And I believe the reason for that is because 95% of the people in this country have no idea why they're Republican or Democrat anyway. That's why we really want to get to why. We want to be able to have a conversation and again, be able to articulate why we believe the way we believe.
And then, in addition to that, sometimes during the time where politicians are running for office, you'll have those individuals that you will invite to an event, and the women will be able to ask them questions to find out what their positions are.
That is correct. At our chapter meetings, we bring in different candidates that are running, and we like to have men and women come and ask questions. Ask the questions, and we ask very tough questions, and we want to hold their feet to the fire. So we do also bring in different candidates and different groups that are going out there making a difference.
So you're educating the women, having some time for fellowship and learning about issues of America and why they believe what they believe. A lot of times people haven't even been asked why they believe what they believe. They may believe something. The question is, why do they actually believe it? What's their foundational principle? And then with regards to candidates, what do they believe? What are their policies? What are their practices? Well, this is a great organization. I encourage people to learn more about it. And one of the ways you can do this is by attending the WIN conference, Women Impacting the Nation. The theme of this year's conference in Orlando, Florida, is For Such a Time as This, a great reminder of Esther, who was brought to the kingdom for such a time as this to ultimately save the Jewish people from their intended annihilation in the empire at that time. For such a time as this is an important time. We are in a critical moment in American and world history. This is going to be September 28 and 29, which is Friday and night and Saturday. Friday night begins with a conference or a concert by Kathy Tricoli, and worship leader will be Angela Court. Angela is just a phenomenal worship leader. And also, you've got a number of women there. You've got comedian, actress Victoria Jackson that will be there throughout this day-and-a-half event. You can go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, and click on the WIN icon there on the upper left corner, and that will ultimately take you directly to the place where you can sign up for the WIN conference. This is going to be a great conference. Tell us a little bit about some of the women speakers that you have there. This will be at First Baptist Orlando in Orlando, Florida, September 28 through 29. But you got a wide variety of speakers. Tell us who they are and what their topics are going to be.
Well, we wanted to hit a lot of different topics and just have a lot of women. A lot of women have different areas of interest. So we have Pocketbook and Politics by Nancy Schultz. We have Girls Just Want to Have Guns with Regis Giles.
Now let me pause there for just a minute. Regis Giles, actually, she is part of. I'm not sure if it's still running, but there was a reality.
I'm sorry.
There was a reality show that actually has Regis or had Regis.
Yeah, Regis Giles' sister is Hannah, who she's the one that dressed up as a prostitute and took down Acorn. Her and their parents are amazing. Doug Giles is also a pastor, her father, and wrote a book called Raising Righteous and Rowdy Girls. But Hannah is the sister of Regis. But Regis she's been writing for the NRA, I think since she was 17 years old. And she hunts, she fishes. She's just an amazing young gal. She's 20. She just turned 21 because she just went and got her concealed weapons license. But she has a great website called Girls Just Wanna Have Guns. And young people need to just hear her. She's attractive. She's just sharp, loves the Lord, and you don't want to miss her.
She's going to be exciting to talk and to hear her. So she's just one of your many speakers. I want to pick this up again to go over some of the other speakers. We don't have time to finish them. But Nancy Schultz is one of the speakers you mentioned, Pocketbook Politics. Nancy is the wife of former Congressman Dick Schultz. Congressman Dick Schultz is part of the original Reagan 13. When he lost Iowa, it was 13 members of Congress who got together and said, this is going to be the next president of the United States. We need to do something about it. And when he was a member of Congress in Pennsylvania, he and 12 others got together and they began to campaign for Ronald Reagan, and he became the next president of the United States. Fascinating individual. His wife is Nancy Schultz. She's very involved in a national prayer movement. She'll be one of the speakers. Regis Giles will be there. Girls Just Want to Have Guns founder. Just a fascinating group of individuals. We'll talk about some additional speakers as well. Our guest today has been Sue Trombino, founder of Women Impacting the Nation. I encourage you to go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org. The event for such a time as this, Friday night and Saturday, is going to be at First Baptist Church in Orlando, right off of I-4, September 28 and 29. Click on the website, lc.org, and you can sign up for the tickets right there. You can call the Liberty Counsel number, 800-671-1776, and you can sign up right now. Make sure that your other women friends know about this as well, and bring them to a life-changing event, Women Impacting the Nation, September 28 and 29.